Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in for another video. I'm going to be super excited to talk to you guys about one of my favorite spinning rods that I have currently. This is the Shimano Expride. This is the Expride A, and I'm going to kind of give you guys my little 2 cents about it, some things that I like about it, what makes it one of my favorite go-tos, and if I had to pick a spinning rod that where you can talk about a balance of power, sensitivity, and also a rod that doesn't break the bank. This is the rod for you guys. Okay, I know not everyone can afford an NRX. I know not everyone can afford a Conquest. So if you're looking for a rod, a spinning rod in the $200 to $300 range, this is the best one for you. I want to talk a little bit about it real quick here in regards to this particular model, and also kind of show you guys all the cool things that Shimano have really put into this rod. So it's a big upgrade from the Expride, the original Exprides that were introduced to the US market not too long ago. Again, like I said, this is the Expride A, so this is the newest Expride version from Shimano. This particular model is a 7-foot medium action, and like I said, it's a spinning rod here. I'm going to talk a little bit about the rod. I'll start with the butt here, kind of make our way up. So features the EVA butt here, kind of similar to the Zodius. Has a Shimano, see if I can stamp at the bottom. Shimano logo here, has the foam handles, 2 foam pads here. Very nice cork on there too. Sorry, the cork. Sorry about that. Features the 2-piece cork construction here. The CI4 reel seat, which I love, by the way. It definitely adds more sensitivity to the rod itself. And I really love the ergonomics of the Expride. It really fits well in my hand and the palm right here. So you get a really comfortable grip, basically the entire day with this rod. And one cool neat thing, and I really don't know if this is a hook keeper, but I use it as one. These little knobs here, I don't know if they're hook keepers, and if you guys do know that, hey, this is generally a hook keeper, let me know. But not gonna lie, I've been using this as a hook keeper. So I primarily like to throw 1/4 ounce and 3/8 ounce little swim baits, little Kitex, little spark shads, and little rage swimmers. And I just basically hook it up here, and I'm good to go. I have a itch about putting on hook keepers, Fuji hook keepers that is. I think you lose, I don't think, I think, it's not scientifically proven, but I feel that you lose sensitivity when you add a Fuji hook keeper onto this portion of the rod. And I mean one of those ones where it has the rubber band on it and you have to loop it through. I think you lose sensitivity. Well, I don't say I think. I should say that I know, because I know I've tested it and I had the difference. I know it's not scientific, but I really feel that when you don't have that Fuji hook keeper here, you gain sensitivity. And let me explain why. The Fuji hook keeper has a really hard amount of pressure when you have it in this area. Okay, so by the time that sensitivity travels through the rod, through the blink, let's say the hook keeper was right here, sensitivity travels through and it stops right here. It doesn't stop, I should say, but it gets reduced. The amount of sensitivity gets reduced at the hook keeper if I did have one here, and then you won't feel as much as you did if you didn't have one. Without a hook keeper, you get that nice transferred sensitivity, and it goes all the way down to the CI4 handle here. Or if you put your hand here, however you hold your rods these days. Everyone has a preference, but I feel like a Fuji hook keeper, since I fished it, I have lost in sensitivity. So I've really gone to like fishing without a hook keeper. Now, if I did need one, if this wasn't here, I would put it at the butt here, just because the way that it travels down, I don't really need much sensitivity here anyways. So it would travel down, it would basically stop right here. So that's just kind of my preference on those Fuji hook keepers. Like I said, if I needed one, I would add one, but I am okay with these two. So I really like this feature that Shimano has. Like I said, I have no idea if it's supposed to be for that, but I use it for that purpose. Now moving towards the rest of the rod here, obviously feature the nice Expride name, which is basically epoxied over. The simple things, obviously the taper, you know, everything, the lure weight guides to all the fun stuff that you normally see. Like I said, this is a 7-foot medium. We do want to talk about the high power X that it features, which I don't know if you can see it right there, high power X, and basically you get this design, there we go, all the way through the rod, which is the high power X. One thing that I didn't notice on it that I had to really read up on is that I guess it features micro guides, Shimano calls it. So after you get past like the third guide, which is this one, these are micro guides according to Shimano. So those are the guides that it has on it. To be honest, they're just normal guides, nothing too spectacular, nothing fancy, but they do the job. One thing I do want to talk about this is the sensitivity, okay? And I want to kind of compare it to the Zodius and kind of give you guys my 2 cents on the Zodius, the NRX, and where this rod falls into place. So the Zodius is a great budget rod. I know it's like still expensive at $180 or so, whatever it is these days, but it's a great budget rod. It doesn't have the sensitivity as the Expride. I think once you get to the Expride model, you really get to that slack line sensitivity, if that makes sense. Whereas, you know, obviously any rod that you have on tight line, you're gonna feel something. But the nice thing about the Expride is if you're lacking, you know, let's say you're casting out there and you know you're still picking up your you know, you're closing your bail, whatever it is. The nice thing about this is that you can feel a lot of bites, even you know, with slack line. And I think the blank itself and kind of the components here really make that possible. So that's kind of the biggest difference between the Zodius and the Expride, whereas you get that sensitivity with slack line with the Expride. Now, kind of talking about NRX and kind of comparing it, this is obviously nowhere realm of an NRX. However, this is kind of the stepping stone to the NRX in terms of spin rods. The sensitivity on this is amazing. I think it's great. I think if you're really looking for a rod where you don't want to break the bank, you really don't want to spend that $500, $400 on an NRX, then the Expride is good for you. I purchased this $200 brand new, shipped to my door. Within 2 days it came, and I love it. You know, I think it's really worth $200. But you know, for people who are paying full price for it, I still think it's great. And by the way, I bought this brand new, so if you guys have any questions on where I got it, I can definitely help you guys out. But I was able to pick this up for $200 shipped to my door, and like I said, I really enjoy it. It's my workhorse spinning rod. I throw pretty much almost everything onto it except for except for a drop shot, because I have an NRX 822 DSR. But everything else, you know, you're talking about my Senkos, I'm talking about Ned rigs, I'm talking about you know, my little swim baits that I love to throw for smallmouth here in Wisconsin. This is the rod that I'm doing it on. So I've had it for almost a month now, and I've thrown a lot of different applications, like I said, and it handles very well. The sensitivity on it is great. Like I said, I've had a couple of times where I'm fishing a slack where I literally just throw out the swim bait, and by the time you know it, before I even engage my reel, I feel thump, you know. So that's kind of the difference you get between the Expride and the Zodius. Give you guys my final kind of thoughts on it. The only thing that I dislike, and I'm going to keep saying this, is the warranties that Shimano and Daiwa has. I really wish they had better warranties with their stuff. They have great products, and I really stand behind the products, but you know, I wish they had better warranties. That's the only thing that I dislike about this rod. Other than that, it is awesome. It is phenomenal. Like I said, it is kind of the one-all dual spinning rod. So if you really need one to cover all applications, I would get the medium. It has a nice tip to it, but again has a very nice backbone. So if you kind of need to get in that 3/8 or you know, heavier range, it will do it for you. And this rod is rated all the way up to a 1/2 ounce. So if you need a one-all dual to cover finesse and kind of bigger applications, the Expride A is for you. If you guys have any questions about the rod, feel free to let me know. I'd be happy to answer any kind of questions. Like I said, I really enjoy this rod. It covers all the applications except for a drop shot, because I have a different rod for it. It can drop shot. You know, I just prefer my DSR more. But you know, like I said, this rod is the one-all do-all for all you guys who need one spinning rod to cover all applications. If you guys have any questions about the rod, feel free to let me know. If you guys have concern or whatever it is, let me know. I'll be happy to obviously kind of help. Again, I just want to thank you guys so much for all of the likes, all of the comments, all the subscribes. Can't do it without you guys. And if you guys like this video, drop a like, drop a comment, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for me, right around that area. I totally appreciate it. That will definitely help as I will release more content. I'm trying to release at least 2 or 3 videos a week. So if you guys go ahead and subscribe, that definitely help. But hey, thank you guys so much, and stay tuned for some new cool giveaways that I'll be doing shortly again, and we'll see you next time.